A twin Cessna 421C Golden Eagle has gone down during a maintenance test flight out of the Troutdale Airport near Portland, Oregon, impacting these three townhomes in Fairview, Oregon, just 2 miles away from the Troutdale Airport. Here's what we know so far. Starting first with the Aviation Safety Network, preliminary information is this accident happened just earlier today, Saturday the 31st of August at 10:20 local time. A Cessna 421C Golden Eagle registered to Circle Capital Industries, IAC LLC, out of Delaware. This is often done for tax purposes. November 421 Gulf Papa, powered by the GTSIO 520 engines. These are geared engines. More on that later. 2 fatalities. There were 2 people on board the aircraft and 1 person on the ground fatally injured. A Cessna 421C Golden Eagle, November 421 Gulf Papa, was destroyed when it crashed into several residential houses near the Troutdale Airport, Fairview, Oregon. A huge post-crash fire ensued. After some initial radio transmission difficulties, the flight was cleared for takeoff from runway 25, and upon request by the pilot, a flight around the pattern was approved. After takeoff, the tower controller asked for the pilot's intentions as he was flying at 1,700 feet, which is well above the VFR altitude restrictions for the Troutdale area. We'll take a look at the sectional chart in a minute. And we have the ATC audio to review as well. The pilot subsequently radioed to the tower controller that he was experiencing handling problems, and the controller later cleared the aircraft to land on any runway. At no time on the audio was an emergency declared by the pilot. Prior to impacting the townhomes, the aircraft impacted power lines, starting a small brush fire just outside of the townhomes. And this appears to be the right wing upside down, with landing light here in the wingtip in the retracted position. Probably severed by either the power lines, power poles, or trees prior to impacting the townhomes. The aircraft took off from Troutdale's Airport runway 25 with a full runway length of 5,399 feet. The departure was from intersection Alpha 7. On his return to the airport, the pilot was going to attempt to land back on runway 7 and was cleared to land on either of the runways at Troutdale. The pilot told the tower he was going to take off and do 1 lap around the pattern, and the ADSB data doesn't pick up until he's on the downwind for runway 25, but he's up at 1,700 feet. He's getting up into the Portland Class C airspace, and the tower controller asks him to descend back down to the Troutdale airspace limits, and then the pilot does not make the runway 25 landing. He continues around the airport where the controller asks him his intentions, and then he begins to explain how he's having troubles handling the aircraft. And it looks to me like the ADSB data continues on at a pretty good rate of ground speed here, 190 knots, 193 knots, 191 knots, but with a continuously descending altitude. So it's hard to tell if this was an engine failure event. It's certainly not a VMCA or a stall event at all, as he had plenty of airspeed. In fact, the airspeed was ever increasing all the way into the point of impact. Now, I couldn't find the current ADSB data on 421 Gulf Papa, only that freeze frame off of Facebook. But the last time this aircraft flew appears to be way back in February of 2024. Okay, let's check out this ATC data from Real ATC. Here's the Troutdale Portland Airport, runway 25, runway 7, located below the Portland Class C airspace. So the Portland airspace only goes up to 2,500 feet underneath the shelf of the Class C airspace, which begins at 1,700 feet. That's why the controller needs him to stay below
55 Troutdale ground, runway 25, taxi via Alpha.
1,700 feet. If the pilot's just going to do a pattern local flight. So the recording starts off with big troubles with the radio.
Sir, your transmission is still broken and unreadable. I can hear you clear, but you're cutting out. Say again, please. November 421 Gulf Papa, roger. And are you below the tower here? November 421 Gulf Papa. Where's that in correlation to the tower? November 421 Gulf Papa, roger. Is that twin Cessna in the way you taxiing out?
That's a different twin Cessna.
Runway
There's
25,
the tower.
taxi via Alpha.
Runway 25, taxi via Alpha. Real simple. Soon we're going to hear the pilot's intentions of doing 1 lap around the pattern.
Troutdale Tower, this is November 421 Golf Papa at A7.
He's cutting out again.
November 421 Golf Papa, be advised your frequency still cutting out, sir. Same direction of flight.
Is this clear now? 421 Golf Papa.
It's coming in clear, sir, but it's like I don't know if you're holding down the button long enough or if it's something with your radio or what. But same direction of flight.
We'd like to do one lap around the pattern first. 421 Golf Papa.
November 421 Golf Papa, roger. Runway 25, clear for takeoff. Left closed traffic approved.
Thank you. Clear for 25. 421 Golf Papa, closed traffic approved.
Clear for takeoff, runway 25, left closed pattern, which means he intends to stay in the pattern and do a landing. But he's still having problems with the basic operation of the microphone on the yoke of the aircraft, keeping that thing keyed up long enough to make his transmissions heard.
Tower, good afternoon. Helicopter 603 Hotel, flight of 2 R-22s. We are 8.4 miles to the east, 1,300 feet with Tango, requesting the HA south arrival.
Delta Terrace, 6 Bravo Juliet, runway 25, Alpha 7, ready for northbound departure.
That's 346 Bravo Juliet, Charlie Delta, runway 25, clear for takeoff, right turn out, approved northbound.
25 clear for takeoff, right turn approved, 6 Bravo Juliet.
So
Helicopter 603 Hotel M, flight Troutdale Tower, HA south arrival is approved. Landing at the South Golden Beach, your own risk.
Helicopter 3 Hotel M, flight HA south arrival approved, our own risk. Thanks. Helicopter 3 Hotel.
So 2 R-22 helicopters inbound from the east in formation and another departure off of runway 25 departing to the north.
All right. November 421 Golf Papa, same intentions.
We're going to take off to the south if we can. 421 Golf Papa.
Roger that. I thought you said you're going to do one lap in a pattern.
Yeah, we'll finish. Go around one more time. We'll go around.
Sir, you haven't gone around any time. Say intentions. Your altitude indicates 1,700. You're well above the VFR altitude restrictions for the Troutdale area. I need you to descend, maintain at or below 1,200 now.
Going down to 1,200, 421 Golf Papa. We'll stay in the pattern.
So that's where we pick up the ADSB data here at 1,700 feet. He's on the downwind for 2-5. He hasn't gone around yet. He's just on the downwind, and he needs to descend to stay within the out of the Portland Class C airspace. By the way, this recording will not be in real time. I'm going to edit out the dead airspaces.
Tower, Helicopter 3 Hotel, requesting to speak directly to Helicopter 10 Hotel.
That's approved as requested.
Okay, 10 Hotel, we're going to slow down to 70 and start our nice shallow descent. We will follow behind. 10 Hotel. Thanks.
All right. Is that calling Troutdale Tower? Roger, stand by. November 421 Golf Bravo, same intention, sir. Are you remaining in the pattern or not?
412 Golf is having some handling problems. This is a test flight. I can't get this thing.
He's having some handling problems. This is a test flight. So he's somewhere up here.
All right, November 421 Golf Bravo. Traffic ahead and to your left, Cessna northbound, 1,100.
That was that previous departure. Off of runway 25 coming around to the north as the 421's coming around this way, right over the Columbia River.
Catch all aircraft on ground, standby. Do not call Troutdale Tower. All right, November 421 Golf Bravo. Can you land runway 7?
We're going to try, not sure.
We're going to try.
Runway 7, clear to land. November 421 Golf Bravo. Runway 7, clear to land. All runways clear to land.
We're going to try, not sure. That's a second voice, a female's voice, presumably from the right seat. We're going to try, not sure. And that's the last we hear of 421 Golf Papa.
Helicopter 3 Hotel, that aircraft went down about 2 miles southwest of the field.
Attention all aircraft, just stand by. All aircraft calling Troutdale ground This is going to be a minute. I've just got an airplane crash. I got a lot to handle. I'm here by myself. Suggest you go into the FBO and take about a half an hour break or so.
He's got a lot of phone calls to run, a lot of checklists to run. He's the only guy in the tower. So a loss of control of the aircraft during a maintenance test flight after the aircraft has been sitting for many, many months, presumably getting worked on. The Cessna 421C Golden Eagle is the kind of entry-level, cabin class, pressurized twin-engine Cessna powered by these geared, turbocharged GTS IO 520 engines with trailing link landing gear. In other words, they're a large, complicated aircraft. And like most light twins, they're relatively easy to buy, or relatively inexpensive to buy, but extremely expensive to own and operate. You need to plan on spending about $15,000 to $20,000 every year on an annual inspection. And these are the type of aircraft that need to go to aviation specialists that specialize in these twin-engine Cessna aircraft. This is not the kind of aircraft you can expect to repair on your own or on a shoestring budget. So investigators will have their hands full trying to figure out exactly what went wrong with this maintenance test flight. Why was the pilot having such trouble controlling this aircraft? What was the recent work that was done on the aircraft? Because of the intensity of the post-crash fire, it's going to be hard to determine control continuity of the aircraft, and it looks like the wing was separated from the aircraft when it hit the power lines coming on in. So this will be an interesting and exhaustive investigation by the NTSB to try to figure out what happened to November 421 Gulf Papa on this flight. It'll also be an interesting look into who was the pilot of this aircraft and what was his recency of experience in this aircraft. Thank you so much for your support of this channel, especially the folks over on Patreon that make this content possible. If we get more information on the NTSB preliminary report, we'll post it here.